What's going on, everybody? The Ruckus Crawler here, and I got a very special one today. I've been talking to my girlfriend a lot for years now about doing unboxing videos because I buy so much stupid shit out there and I've still never made one. And today, I finally have something that's not stupid shit, that's actually amazing stuff. So I just had to open it and get my reaction and first impressions here on film. So let's get at it. Got my trusty pocket knife here. Got some Gorilla Glue. Not Gorilla Glue, Gorilla Tape holding it together. Gotta be real careful. Don't want to damage the goods inside. Ooh, careful not to cut myself too. Remember, kids, always cut away from you. Don't do what I do. Okay. Ooh, it's getting exciting. So we'll just put these aside here. I guess it's a double unboxing. I got these, what is the AGFRC servos? They're supposed to be like the knockoff Reef 99, so I am pretty excited to check those out, but that's not the main deal here. Okay, I already know which one's which from touching it. So, as a lot of you know, Axial came out recently with the SCX24 Bronco, and I'm a pretty big fan of the new Bronco. I actually have a deposit put in to hopefully get the full-size one, so like a lot of people, I went out and bought it right away. And one of the things I did though, was right after getting it, I only actually drove it about 3 times and then took it apart and shipped it off to a very good member of the RC community, Beau Regaurd. And I told him one thing, I wanted me a brand new 2021 Mad Max clapped out Bronco. And oh my fucking God. Like, oh my fucking God, Beau. Like, dude, what the fuck, man? This is amazing. Oh, so we can get in on some of these details here. Like the rusted fenders and the fucking mesh in the window and like the wearing on the body paint itself. Like, oh my God, this thing is way too cool. Like, wow. Even did the bumper and everything. Like, holy, am I excited to get this on my Bronco and finally actually get some good use out of it. Like, wow, holy shit. So, funny thing about this is, this was my main thing. This is what I wanted. I wanted a Mad Max Bronco. I talked to Beau about it, and he was like, yeah, send me out your bodies. And I asked him, I was like, well, like, can I send you other bodies too? Because I have other bodies. He's like, oh yeah, send me whatever you want. So it was just an afterthought. I was like, well, I got this deadbolt body sitting here. A lot of you know, my main rig that I've been rolling is a Ram Charger that I built up that was actually a deadbolt. So unfortunately the Ram Charger is probably going to be getting shelved because with this one I came up with a crazy idea. As you know, I am the Ruckus Crawler. So I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan. So when I came up with this idea, I told Beau I wanted a Killer Bee deadbolt body. And boom, this is what he came up with. Like, what the fuck, Beau? Like, this thing is insane. I know just from the photos he sent me, like, it's just crazy. Like, the damage, the wear on it. And then not just that, the blending of the colors he did. Like, from one color to the next. You got the Killer Bee stripes on the back there. All the wear on the roll bar. Again, more mesh. And yeah, he cut out the hood scoop kind of area there, put an actual grill in it. Like, oh my God, he mangled that all up. Like, this thing is next fucking level. Oh yeah, and then he messaged me too. He's like, I hope you don't mind, but the little driver's head was bugging me. So he even painted that. Like, what the fuck, Beau? This thing is crazy. So just like the Bronco, it's got lots of wear and tear on it, but he even went further with this one. Like, there's gouges in the side of it. Big gouges there, all the rusted up, like, oh my God. So the scary thing is I am the Ruckus Crawler. I like to go pretty hard with my rigs, so I don't know, I could see a couple tumbles over and me not wanting to drive these things anymore. So yeah, this is the unboxing portion. Beau, like, you out fucking did yourself this time, man. You do amazing work all around, but you did exactly what I asked for with the Bronco. And considering this was just an afterthought, like, I absolutely just love the Killer Bee. Like, this thing is just amazing. as much as I've been excited for the Bronco, I'm even more excited now to throw my Ram Charger aside and put the deadbolt back together. So, although I'm the Ruckus crawler, I came up with it. We got some cream here. Crawlers roll everywhere around me. So yeah, let's end this portion and I'll take you into the shop once I got these all mounted up. I'll see you guys over there. See ya. All right, welcome back everybody. So here we are at the workbench. Took a bit of time, but I got these beautiful Beau Regaurd bodies all mounted up. And look at that. He even did some wear and tear on the roof rack. I originally took the roof rack off the Bronco, just like the rear spare tire, because I do like my hardcore rock crawling, and that thing just made you tip over. But I figured, you know, with a post-apocalyptic Mad Max Bronco, you're gonna need some supplies, some means to get through the wasteland. So yeah, I got Beau to also dirty that up a bit to put it back on. And yeah, the Killer Bee. Yeah, this thing is just phenomenal. Holy. So, as I mentioned before, as I'm sure some of you have seen, my main rig was my Ram Charger, which was my deadbolt. So, let's open this up. That's kind of messy and nasty, but we've got the Reefs 99 servo with the Fury Tech brushless and Lizard Pro combo. And yeah, what else we got going on? Just your Endura high clearance links. Honestly, one of my favorite just simple mods, upgrades, are those high clearance links. And then we've got the badass Mofo's double barrel suspension with his flex blades to just give it that extra bit of stretch. I originally actually bought this bumper to go on the Bronco, but seeing how the Ram Charger's not in service anymore, the Bronco got the Ram Charger bumper, because I mean, post-apocalyptic wasteland, you're gonna want to be able to push your way through some stuff. So we got the big bumper on there, and then this shiny little guy just kind of fit nicely right there. Just kind of protects the grill. That awesome work that Beau did on there. You know, we also got the Mofo steering links and his super heavy fucking brass diff cover, which I actually had both on this rig, front and rear. But I found that much weight on the back, although it did help a lot for going downhill, it made it a lot harder to drag that ass end up and over stuff. So, yeah, put the other heavy weight onto the Bronco, which has got the Endura fucking steering bars. Open that up. We got that new Endura 050 motor, the high torques motor, so we'll see how that works out. I did also have the Endura double barrel suspension on here, but I just didn't like how much higher it lifted it. It kind of took away from the realism, the scaleness, and then of course the Endura high clearance links, which eventually I do want to replace with the Mofo ones. I love the look of that guy's parts and the quality of them. And yeah, so that is the Beau Regaurd bodies mounted, ready to go. Oh my god, like they didn't look cool enough already as is, and now they're just on the trucks. They look phenomenal. So for these rims, I got these little cappers that came with them to go over to hide your bolts, so that'll add a nice little look. Let's just take a little walk around. Unfortunately, I couldn't get those servos to fit right away, so I just schnicked the fucking Emax off of the C10. So C10's kind of sitting here in shambles. I gotta get it going because we got big plans this weekend. And then another kind of funny one is the Unimog. I originally wanted these rims on the Mad Max Bronco, but the issue was clearance. For whatever reason, the rims that are on the Bronco right now, I guess they're a little bit lower of a profile. They weren't working on this rig. Those tires were rubbing and it wasn't going anywhere. So the Unimog snagged out my Black Rhino Armory rims, which are the most expensive rims I have. And these were the ones that were supposed to be on the Unimog. So I just like how it kind of, you know, they're not the same, but kind of kept with the like the solid kind of old school retro look, but to be perfectly honest, these look pretty good on the Bronco, and I mean, these just look amazing on any vehicle they're on. So that's kind of my SCX-24 collection. I guess that's not an SCX, but the Rock Hobby 1/18 scale Unimog. Our C10. It's kind of, well, it's Cat C10, but it's kind of just been getting all the hand-me-downs from the other rigs. And then the Built AF Deadbolt fucking Killer Bees. And the Bronco that is just not totally built, but pretty fucking built now. And then I don't even know if I can get it up here on the workbench, because this hobby has just got me. It's got me hard. That kind of came out wrong. Disregard that. This hobby just, it has its grips on me. So I did get my first 110. I went with the Capra. I mean, I'm just building hardcore little rock crawlers on the SCX-24 scale, so I figured, fuck it, let's get the ready to run competition crawler. And after only having SCX-24s, like I tell you, holy fuck, the power of this thing, the capabilities of this thing, it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun now with my 110s, but that's not to take away from the 124, because I just love these little trucks. I just love these micro crawlers because I can go in the backyard and just make all the obstacles, which are going to be a lot of footage of, and a lot of footage of these guys on there. And yeah, so that is my little kind of walk around of the Beau Regaurd bodies all mounted up. So please, anybody watching this and you're interested in getting some kind of custom body done on your RC, hit up Beau Regaurd. Beau Regaurd 19 on Instagram. Make sure to give him a follow. And Beau Regaurd on Facebook, brackets Beau Regaurd Paint Shop. Yeah, check him out. Hit him up. The guy does phenomenal work and honestly charges a very fair rate. So these ones are here, done and ready. And of course the next thing is to get sent out. Like I was saying, this one is Kat's, and she wants like a Judas Priest heavy metal themed truck. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of color scheme she comes up with and see what kind of ideas Beau comes up with. And then the whole thing with me getting the Unimog is this was going to be my recovery vehicle. I mean, who doesn't want a sweet recovery vehicle? So I am going to be stripping that and sending this one out to Beau as well in the near future to give it that post-apocalyptic Mad Max appeal. So yeah, that's a pretty long ramble. Just rambled on for quite a while. What can I say? I like rambling and I love these rigs. So that's the inside portion. Now let's go outside and give them a fucking run. See how they go. I'll see you guys out there. Sorry for the bad little beatboxing, but I had to do a little Wu-Tang here for the Killer Bee. So here we are, part 3. Well, not part 3, just the third part of this unboxing of the beautiful Beau Regaurd bodies that he did for me. Oh my God, Beau, I freaking love him. I just freaking love him so freaking much. So I don't know if you guys could tell, the wheels and stuff are a little bit dirtier. In particular, the Bronco is a little bit scratchier. And yeah, so since the workbench where I put these bad boys together, we went to the West Coast Scale Trail. It was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. Unfortunately, I had some trail damage. A spring fell off the Killer Bee, so it didn't make it too far up the trail. But the Bronco, although it likes to flip a lot, is a solid buggy. I mean, it's solid. It doesn't break down yet. It's also not as modified, so it hasn't been worked on as much by myself. So yeah, just wanted to go from the unboxing to the bench to the garden. So this is just a little introduction to this part. Let's set up the tripod and get some footage of these beauties rolling around the garden. So yeah, bear with me and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back everybody. Let's do the gatekeeper here. and see these beautiful Beau Regaurd bodies in action. So here we go with the Killaby. Pretty easy peasy for the most part. Let's see how the Bronco does. Right, the Killaby did pretty good. Let's see how the Bronco does. All right, there goes. Let's see if we can get up over King of the Hammer. Ooh, she wants to tip. Yeah, I don't know. So, as a lot of you can probably tell, oh, that's a gnarly one, but it makes it. Nice, nice. Yeah, so as most of you can tell, I'm pretty obsessed with the Mickey Thompson Baja Pros. Issue I'm finding with the Bronco, though, is because it is a very tippy kind of rig, those tires are pretty big for it. So I might actually swap out the Endura Super Swampers that are on the C10, because I had those on there originally. Oh, there she goes. And they worked out really good. They're better than the stock tires, but not so tall that it made me flip over. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see that, or it's just, you know, it's hard mode. It's hard mode. All right, so let's get set up for another spot and do it again. All right, here we go. Rock Nest Monster and the Killaby. Let's get it going. As I mentioned, at the West Coast Scale Trail, I did have a spring fallout. So I started playing around with the suspension. I know a lot of people run the double barrel with no springs in them, so I wanted to give that a shot. And to be honest, I was pretty impressed with how it dealt with the boulder patches. It does pretty good. But as I mentioned before, one of my favorite kind of obstacles are step-ups. And when you don't have springs, I'm realizing you don't have the clearance, you don't have the suspension to go up a wall, because you just kind of bottom out on it. So now I'm running the lightest springs I have available. It's kind of the best of both worlds. Can't go up the hardest part of the King of the Hammer wall, but it can still make it up, as you guys saw. Ooh, seeing over that there though, a little bit of bottom out. We're bottoming out. So I don't know if I like these light springs. We might go back to a bigger spring. It makes it sit a lot higher, but to be honest, I don't know. It all depends on what you want to do, and I love going over big, gnarly obstacles, and I think having a little bit bigger shock kind of helps with that. Although without the shocks or with the lesser shock, it goes downhill better, so it's like you kind of want to find that happy medium, but yeah. Killaby, of course, walked right over it. So we'll be right back. Let's see how the Bronco does. All right, here we go. Mad Max Bronco, beautiful Beau Regaurd body, going through the River Bedlam, over the Rock Nest Monster. Of course, the River Bedlam, not much of a challenge, just kind of the pathway. First of the big slippies, not a problem. First step, like nothing. Second step, pretty good. Let's get it up here. Oh, look at that. Ooh, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Not even. Look at that. That's the thing about these Broncos. Like I said earlier, it's kind of like playing hard mode. It's very capable, but very tippy. But if you take that right line, if you take your time, wonders can happen. So there we go. That is the Killer Bee and the Mad Max Bronco through the River Bedlam, up and over the Rock Nest Monster, and through Rock Nest itself. So let's maybe try Gatekeeper 2.0. All right, here we go. Beautiful Beau Regaurd paint job, weathering the Killer Bee, going up Gatekeeper 2.0. Here we go. Pretty easy peasy, as usual. Just walks. Ooh, little bit of sticky there. A little bit of sticky there. Not too bad though. Damn, Beau. Again, if you do watch this, man, I can't stop saying it. Like, thank you so much. Your work is phenomenal. These things are beautiful, and I apologize because they're not gonna stay pristine. Because I like to rally on my shit. I like to get ruckus. I like to get rowdy. But here we go, back down. Pretty good. When that was the Ram Charger, that would have been just flipping. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I kind of want to put some bigger suspension back in just so I got that clearance I need for climbing up stuff. But it looks like it's kind of the best of both worlds right now. I mean, it's nice and low so I can go downhill, and it's got a bit of clearance so I can still go over some stuff. Yeah. So as you'll notice, I'll mention when I do the Bronco run through, the video footage is a little bit different. Oh, here we go, a little tumble. Video footage is a little different here. It was roasting yesterday. So hot that it actually turned the camera off while I was filming this. So I was getting ready to edit this video together. And I was like, hey, where is the Killer Bee on 2.0? And it wasn't even there. The camera just turned off due to the heat. So due to the magics of video, this is now the next day actually. It's a lot cooler today, a lot nicer. Kind of wish I just made the whole video today so I didn't have to sweat it out, but it's all good. And yeah, there we go. So awesome. Thank you, everybody. Bronco's up next to tackle this, and then we pretty much have her done. That's a long, rambling video of me just loving Beau Regaurd's work. If you want something else done like this, or like your own crazy design, of course, go check him out. It's all over Facebook, Instagram. He's on YouTube as well. Message me if you need some more details. More than happy to share anything I can to get that guy's work out there more. Great person, reasonable prices, amazing work. What else can I say? Thanks for watching, everybody. Bronco up next. Hey, Gatekeeper 2.0, Mad Max Bronco. Once again, absolutely beautiful work done by Beau Regaurd. And here we go. I don't know if it looks any different. I started to do the run and my camera shut off due to being too hot. So took a doobie break. Let the camera cool down. Let the driver cool down. Oh, here we go. Come on, noise. Look at that. So, I mean, I guess really the name of the game with the Mad Max Bronco is slow and steady. Me being the Ruckus Crawler, the Rollin' Stoner, it's hard to go slow and steady sometimes, although I love it. Oh, look at that. I got my cord dangling out. How embarrassing. It's just sticking out there. That just adds to the Mad Max appeal. Look at that. Oh, I thought that would happen sooner, to be honest. I thought it would happen sooner, but there we go. First kind of test run out here in the course with the fucking Beau Regaurd bodies on here. I apologize, Beau. Again, if you're seeing this, you did such fantastic work. There's already so many scratches on the Bronco. She likes to tip. What can I say? The Killer Bee is actually holding out pretty good. That one doesn't tip as much. But the Killer Bee is not in this shot right now because it is so freaking hot out. Not only did the camera overheat, but the hot glue I used for the magnet kit on that one just totally gave out. The magnets just let go. They're like, yeah, that's too much magnet and heat for this glue. And here we go. Look at that. Just rambling and do it again. Boom.
That is pretty sweet. Oh, got a little cocky there. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap up my unboxing and test running of my Beau Regaurd paint job bodies. The Mad Max Bronco, the Killer Bee Deadbolt. Very impressed with both of them. Like I said, or showed there, I got the Unimog and the C10 in the future to go Beau's way. So stay tuned for that. If you're new, please hit that subscribe. If you're here again, please hit that like. Comments are always appreciated. And I'll catch you all on the next one. See ya!